ladies and gentlemen, Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to the Void. Now, as you can see, the centre of the galaxy is getting a lot closer, and it's just looking so different than what it was from habitable space. Now, where am I right now, you might wonder? Well, where I am is right here in this little system. As you can see, all the way over there is habitable space, pretty much where all the wolf pack are and where my anaconda is parked. So let's zoom out and see exactly where I am in relation to the galaxy. Now, I have already hit my first waypoint, and what I'm now doing is I am actually turning in towards the centre of the galaxy. So I've gone all the way along this way, past those two bridges between the legs of the galaxy, and now I am actually moving towards Sagittarius A along this route. My current goal is actually to hit this nebula here and then this one here. I'm thinking of also going to this one and possibly one more, but I'm not 100% certain. Because as you can see, there are a few of them that go quite high up over the galactic plane. I might actually go and do that, go and visit those two and that one, and then maybe to this one and then that one, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll see how it goes when I am actually getting closer to them. But right now, there are a few more places where I am actually interested in seeing. And here we can see that I am 14,700 light years out from Wolf 906. So I am a fair way out. And let's go and have a look at Sagittarius A itself. Wow! The computer doesn't like that too much. Now this is my current goal. As you can see, I am 15,281 light years from here, so I'm pretty much dead centre between coming home and actually going to my current goal. Now, as you can see, at the centre of the galaxy there is an absolutely huge star density here. Although, believe it or not, this is actually not a true representation of the star density, because when you zoom in, a lot of them don't actually show up, because you are actually restricting the field of view so much. What you need to do is actually zoom out a little bit to actually be able to see them all. So let's do that. Let's just watch them all come in, few by few by few. Think that's it? Hell no, look at that. There we go. That's about more like it. Doesn't it just look like Christmas? Now, I am thinking what I'm going to do is as soon as I hit the area where it goes really dense, I'm actually going to set my route planner to economic route and just see how many jumps I would actually have to do. But anyway, I actually started off my latest leg of my journey in this little system here, and there's a few interesting looking little planets around, although I'm not going to be scanning too many of them. There is one I have already scanned, which is this one over here. Can you guess what it is? It's a water world, and it is a terraformable water world and has a chemistry for carbon water-based life. So that's really nice. Although it is only just over a tenth of the size of Earth. It's got no volcanism, carbon dioxide rich, and it's got more metal than some high metal content worlds in there, so that's going to be kind of interesting. I'm not even going to bother trying to talk about what the surface temperature is, because I've been mucking that up way too many times recently. Now, I think I am going to go and have a scan of this one, because it looks kind of interesting. It has an atmosphere, and it's in the similar kind of orbital zone as the water world, so it may be terraformable, though I am not too sure about that. Now, I think I will also go and scan the 2 stars, but I'm not really sure. So let's go and have a look. Well, here we are after the scans, and we can see that I have actually scanned both these 2 stars here. So I've got an M class and an L class, along with the K class that we actually jumped in on. And we're back to the water world. And so let's see if this one is... No, it is not. It is not actually terraformable at all, but I do find it interesting that it does actually have a water atmosphere. Its atmosphere is 100% water. So exactly what that means, I'm not sure. So one of the next systems we jumped into that wasn't dead is actually kind of an interesting system. There's a couple of planets that look very interesting. There's these 4 here. There's this blue one. That's, well, to start off with the blue one at the left, at the right, sorry. Then the 2 brown ones in the middle, well, the brown and the orange, and then the greeny brown at the side. But this one does look interesting. It's either going to be a high metal content world, or it could very well be an ammonia world, but my money is on an ammonia world for some reason. I saw something very similar on Obsidian Ant's video. Now this one I am pretty sure is going to be a high metal content. So let's go and find out and see what there is after we actually go and get some fuel.
Fuel scooping.
So, one of these at least is a high metal content world, and I think we can see which one it is right now. But let's have a look. So, first one here, the last one there. The last one, yep, it was a high metal content. So it was a good possibility of it being either high metal content or it was going to be a water world. Now this one, I was right, it was an ammonia world, and it actually has carbon ammonia based life. So that's very interesting. It's about half, that's a little under half the size of Earth, there's no volcanism, atmosphere is ammonia and oxygen. So I'm hoping to get a good payout for this planet when I actually come back to sell my exploration data. Now I just got on a high metal content planet. It's a quarter the size of the Earth, no volcanism, 33.1% metal, and this one itself is also 33.1% metal. So yeah, it's not exactly anything out of the ordinary, it just looks really nice. So I think we're going to have a bit of a closer look at them. What do you think? So here we have the ammonia world. I've decided to actually call this one Planet Baldric. I think it's a very cunning plan. So cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel. But it does look very interesting. And anyway, the next system we ended up in was orbiting what looks like an M-class star. I could be wrong there. But there is one planet that looks kind of interesting, which I imagine is probably going to be a high metal content. So let's actually go and have a look, shall we? Now it's only 500 light seconds out, so it's not really that far. But the thing is, we're actually on our way to a very specific system right now. Because when I was helping Commander Dark Widow actually on his live stream the other day, he was live streaming, I had the case of idle thumbs. There we go, it's a high metal content planet. I actually decided to jump on the galaxy map and search around for some interesting systems. And I thought, you know what, I'll do that for myself. So I did, and that's where we're heading now. But like we can see, this one is just a high metal content. I kind of imagined that it might be terraformable, but it really doesn't look as though it may be. Now, all the ones around it, I'm not too kind of keen on the way they look, so I really can't be bothered, especially since I am going somewhere specific and I actually want to get there in a good amount of time. So, what I am going to do is, before I jump out to the next system, we'll have a look at this little planet. Doesn't that look interesting? And here we are, we're actually jumping into our specific destination. And what is it gonna be? Apparently it's nothing. Ooh, we have something. Now what is it? What is that tiny little thing over there? Let's have a look at the map and find out. That's way too small to be a star, isn't it? Maybe not. It would be a neutron star. And what is a neutron star, you would ask? A neutron star is something where it is so highly condensed down, it is so tiny, yet it contains the power of so many stars. That is way hotter than our own sun, and yet it is absolutely tiny. Just so you know exactly how tiny that thing is, I am 22 light seconds away, and just look at how tiny it is. Now we have some other things in this system, so we're going to go have a look at those. Now they are a little way away, so I will jump ahead until I've scanned them. And what are they? They were high metal content planets, but they actually look more like lava worlds, as Commander Obsidian Ant puts them. Now just look at them, they are absolutely amazing. I really do love these planets. With the high contrast between the black surface and the red lava fields, or the magma fields I should say. So that's the neutron star. It is smaller than our own star, and yet it is extremely, extremely powerful. Now this one, again, I would imagine this one to have actually been a metal-rich planet, but it is only a high metal with 32.7% metal. But it is a fairly good size. It's over 2 times the size of our Earth, so hopefully I will be getting some good money out of this one. And this one is 3.3, but it's also got silicate vapor geysers, or geysers. But yeah, see that? It's 3.33 times the size of our Earth. Now this one is only 1.5 times, but it's still 32.7% metal. Now the other ones are 33%, but it apparently doesn't seem like a lot, but it is according to the colours. Now I have actually scanned everything in this system because there wasn't really much to scan. And yet again we're getting the slight graphical glitches again. Although this itself is not a graphical glitch. Do you see something strange happening with the neutron star itself? Like I said, it's an extremely dense star, so it has an extremely high gravitational field. If you're wondering what I mean, take a look at this. I'm flying in front of the galactic core, and you can actually see the gravitational lensing effect, which you normally see on black holes. But you're actually seeing that on a neutron star. And if you didn't actually know that that was a neutron star there, it's just amazing. It looks like just any other star from millions of light years away. Or thousands of light years away, I should say. But anyway, we ended up jumping into another system with some very, very interesting looking planets and some stars. Because this is another one where we had a neutron star, but here we have a terraformable water world. But it's also an ammonia water world. So it's an ammonia water world that is terraformable, but it has carbon water based life. So that's kind of interesting. We also have another terraformable planet, but this one is a high metal content. It's got 32.9% metal, and it is 3 times the size of our Earth, but it is actually orbiting this M-class star. Normally I expect those not to be orbiting that particular type of star, but oh well. And here we go, we have another high metal content, but this one's not terraformable. But this one is yet another water world. And this one is terraformable, yet it is only the size, like a third of the size of our Earth. So it's not amazing, but it's still a good find. And here we go, and yet another terraformable world, but it's only just under half the size of our Earth. Now, can we go another one? Yep, we have another terraformable world. And this one's just over half, but it is still a good find. And this one's not going to be terraformable. It's way too close to the star to actually be in the Goldilocks zone. But there is a few other kind of interesting planets up the top here. We've got another high metal content with 33.9% metal. The chocolate dessert bowl in the centre with another 32.9% metal. And these are all fairly large planets, and this one is 6.3 times our Earth in size. But it is still only 32.9% metal. There seems to be a very specific thing. Those are all exactly the same metal composition, yet they all look so completely different. But then again, metal itself is a very broad term of certain types of things. And here we go. A closer look at those planets. We had the desert world. We have the water world. The high metal content world. And one more. This is another high metal content world. And as you can see, they're just so different. Yet they are all very similar. And in the system we had, jumping straight out of that last one with the Neutron star, we have this system here with an A-class star, but we did actually manage to find a gas giant and a high metal content world. I was hoping that that gas giant might have actually had an interesting set of life, but it didn't. Now that, I imagine, is probably going to be a high metal content world. Just look at that. That's the gas giant that I thought had life on it. And here we have the high metal content. Now the problem was I actually forgot to go and scan that last system, so let's go and do that now. That last system, that last planet. So what have we here? Yep, it is just a high metal content. Now I don't imagine it is going to be terraformable. Let's go and have a look. No, it isn't. But look at the time. I think this is actually a good time to actually call this episode. Apologies if there's not been much apart from me just looking at the galaxy map. But that's kind of what I recorded this time around. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do hit that like button. It really does help my channel out. And if you haven't already, please do hit that big subscribe button to join the Wolfpack. You will get notifications from whenever I release new videos. And not only that, I really do hope you actually like the new overlay I have at the end. And until next time, Commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.